just for a minute. Close your eyes for a second.
Hi Posh fam, welcome back to my channel, Poshcateyes Unfiltered. It's a beautiful sunny day today and I decided what best to do than to take my daughter out to the playground. And whilst we're here, why not run my commentary about the last episodes of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We're talking about episode 7, guys. There is a lot to talk about in this episode and let's get right into it. But before we do, thank you so much for my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing this channel with your friends and family. Again, I would love for you to comment and you would maybe get a shout out from me in my next commentary. Now, let's talk about all that went down in the last episode from the Diamond Housewives, as I like to call it. Now, episode 7 was quite informative for me and it truly hit home on some personal health levels. We're going to get into all of that. We'll quickly check in with what happened from the last episode. Now, the last episode ended in the Viper room where the women were having a go at each other, seemingly stemming from Dorit wanting to find out if Kaale is communicating with her ex PK. Now, there wasn't any resolution other than voices being raised. They were both yelling at each other. I thought they were going to be breaking a few glasses, but that did not happen because the women were able to de-escalate the situation by coming in between them as they were pretty much yelling. According to Dorit, Kaale's vein on her forehead was about to pop off. She was about to have an aneurysm. Oh my God. Now, what would you say led to this particular chaos and meltdown? Over memes and jokes. Kaale has been able to deflect the fact that her conversations with PK is all about memes and jokes, that there's nothing sinister going on, and she broke the girl code essentially. And I do agree with Dorit here. I agree. I see her points of view. However, she is going at it the very wrong way. The way she is addressing people, it is despicable. Now, in the form or in the line of de-escalating, we saw Garcelle trying her best to find out what is going on with Dorit, given the fact that she's not exactly sharing a lot. Well, okay, yeah, Dorit is in a heated moment, but she pretty much wanted to bite Garcelle's head off as well. I was like, girl, calm down. This is too much unraveling. Like, the nervous breakdown is getting to a point where you'll be out of control. You might be the one needing to go to the ERO because you're just pretty much trying to scream yourself into a heart attack. She walked off because she couldn't, according to her, deal with Garcelle trying to get deep and meaningful with her. She walked off. And this is where it ended. The next scene was Dorit and Erica taking a break or going to meet the designer, the interior designer. And I can confirm that Erica is actually renting this space. And so she wants to do all this massive overhaul in decoration in a place that she's renting. I don't know, man. She's got too much time and money on her hands, because I will not, for the life of me, understand why someone will go into this depth of renovating when she's also talking about not having that many financial resources, given the fact that she's separated from her husband, like she says. And so you doing this much redecoration is bizarre. I don't know. Storyline, yes. Ridiculous, yes. Reasonable, no. Commonsensical here, absolutely not. Now, we get a little bit more personal with Bozoma. Bozoma, in this particular episode, went for fibroid surgery. And I can actually read, because yesterday I had a doctor's appointment to talk about my fibroids. And so when I saw this particular episode, it just hit home. It hit home, very personal, very relatable moment. I love Bozoma. I'm sure she's trying to find herself in this particular group of women. And the dynamics is a little bit chaotic because she's sort of chosen sides with Dorit and Erica, and it is as clear as day because the girls are now sort of letting her know that she is not getting to know them better because of the fact that she is, should I say, locked in tight with Dorit. Now, let's talk about the sit down between Sutton, Kaale, and Garcelle at Sutton's residence. So we saw Kaale visiting Sutton, and now you all know whenever there is a heated moment, the next thing is pockets of conversations in order to resolve or rehash of trying to rationalize who is on the right and who is on the wrong here. Well, it happened over tennis at Sutton's place. We saw Kaale trying to, talk her way out of the fact that she's done something wrong. She was trying to make Garcelle understand that she wasn't in the wrong in maintaining conversations and having all of the memes and jokes, commentary or exchange with PK, Dorit's ex. Garcelle, trying to be neutral here, as well as Sutton made a comment to the fact that, it's considered cheating, right? Like, Dorit might see it as you meddling or trying to, I don't know. It was something alluding to that fact with cheating. And Kaale was trying to be defensive to say it's not the same thing. She's not doing any of that. She's not that type of girl. Dorit should know better. And Sutton was like, what about you having to deal with the cheating scandal in your separation from Mauricio? You can see the pin drop and the penny drop because Kaale was not ready to have that conversation. She wasn't ready at all. And her face dropped. She became really, really defensive. She tried to shut Sutton down. Sutton was still insisting. Garcelle was like, I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to be a part of this. Don't get me involved. Trying to say, but you also went through cheating with your partner, Mauricio. You said it yourself. Kaale was just, why would you could see her eyes like, why would you bring that up? You're not meant to bring that up. She didn't say it in so many words, but it was indicative that was what she was trying to get Sutton to, pretty much hush. And no surprise, Sutton just, talked the conversation along like, yeah, okay, we're going to move on. But yes, Kaale, you're also going through a separation, right? And from time past, if my memory serves me right, Mauricio has stepped out on you. There's been a few communications, with regards to Mauricio's indiscretions and having marital affair outside of your relationship. There's been Instagram models. He's been caught kissing, hugging, and everything like this. Now, you guys are still going through this separation. I will say trial separation or storyline separation. I don't know what, because she is constantly saying it's different. Her separation is different. Her marriage is different. Her divorce pathway is so different from everyone. She made that assertion during conversation with Camille. And here she is trying to say, oh, Mauricio is not like that. Like, she is protecting Mauricio like they're still married. So it tells me what the hell is going on. Now, don't get me wrong. Couples can be in an open relationship and have the understanding that we can step out on each other and still be fine. But that's not what she is letting us believe. From her point of view, they are separated, but they might still be together. So it remains to be seen, guys. Let's just watch these two people make a whole fool of themselves on national television. Do I think that there is a separation happening? Yes. Is it going to lead to divorce? I don't think so. Because this is something that is a pattern of behavior in their marriage. And so, safe to say that Kaale condones everything that Mauricio does. And yeah, it is what it is. But the conversation ended with Kaale maintaining that she has only shared memes and jokes with PK. And so Dorit shouldn't take it personally. Sutton and Garcelle disagreed, saying they would find or feel a way with this sort of communication with an ex and their best friend. That it's just not acceptable in any form. They would not accept it. And everyone sort of agrees except for Kaale herself. Now let's go back to Bozoma. We saw Bozoma, it was very intimate, very real. Bozoma is giving us real, authentic storyline here. Bozoma shared that she has or had now, because she's already gone through the procedure to get rid of her fibroid. She had fibroid the size of a grapefruit, and we saw her partner Kinley, alongside her journey to the hospital. According to her, she's 47 or 40 something, while Kinley is close in age as hers. Kinley is and has never been married, interested in her, they're in a relationship. She has a child from a previous relationship, and she is thinking about having another baby. And I'm like, brain freeze, girl, you're 47. Why would you want to do this again? Like, for what? I don't know. 47? How old will your child be? But anyway, you know what? No judgment. No, we listen, we don't judge. We listen and we do not judge. But this, I can see, trying to get into a relationship with someone that has got no child of their own and is keen on having children as well. And so I think there's like a lot of pressure on her right now to make a family with this guy, because the guy seems very intentional about what he wants and loves her. I don't know. I just feel anyway, it's my feelings. So you know what? Well, she's gonna go through the process of having her fibroids removed in order to give her the best chance at conceiving or having her own child. And yeah, she did go with Kinley to have the surgery done, and post surgery we saw her recuperating. And this is where Kaale paid her a visit with flowers. And of course, they had to mention that Kaale and Dorit's flower were, side by side in Bozoma's bedroom. Bozoma does not seem to understand that her closeness with Dorit and Erica is causing a sort of divide, because she's not getting to know the other girls independently of what Dorit is feeding her with. Now, Bozoma feels differently, but viewers can see that she has already formed a strong friendship and bond with Dorit, and as such, her perception or her relationship with the other girls is sort of affecting the dynamics of the group. It is clear as day. We are not saying don't like Dorit. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the chick. However, don't let that relationship get away or take away from you getting to know the other girls, because it is clear. And the girls are now sort of voicing it. Bozoma is slightly defensive about this situation. Well, Bozoma had to let Kaale know that the fact that she's in communication with PK is out of line, which we all agree. We are all in agreement. Kaale seems a type of way. Again, she's not doubling. She's not one to double down. She insists that what she did is right at the time. Now she has decided not to communicate with PK anymore. She was in contact with Mauricio to relay this situation. PK has been upset, and I think Bozoma was trying to find out what was the context of the text message, because Dorit would like Kaale to show her her phone. Like, she wants evidence of the type of communication that has been had with PK. And Kaale is like, absolutely not. She did share a weirdly out of place hug from, I think, 3 seasons ago, where it was rumored that Dorit was getting too close to Mauricio, and she was using that as a defense to say, yeah, she hasn't got a problem with the rumor, and why would Dorit be having a problem with her communicating with PK? But this is quite different, and Kaale doesn't seem to understand this. Well, in the same light, we did see Garcelle paying a visit to Bozoma, and we'll talk about this because there was a few incidents that happened just before this particular sit down, which was where the episode ended. And I would like to say this, like I said, this particular conversation or chapter for Bozoma resonates with me deeply, because just yesterday I was at my doctor's appointment, where I found out that I went for this particular follow-up appointment because I've known I discovered that I had fibroid in 2019, I think 2019, 2020, just before the lockdown, and I've been dealing with that. Like, a few health scare led to that diagnosis. I was feeling fatigue and exhaustion to the point where something wasn't right. Blood work was done, and it was determined that my red blood cells, there was something, it was depleting, and my blood count was very, very should I say, questionable. And that, of course, I then explained my prolonged and heavy menstrual bleeding, which is not a, this particular, it's something that I've been living with, but I do not know how bad it's gotten, and that led to the discovery of my fibroids. And at the time it was very small, but now it's now grown in size as well. There's like pockets of other ones. And so the conversation I had yesterday with my GP, with my doctor, was treatment options. You know, yes, surgery is a consideration, but I'm still thinking I don't want to go through that just yet. I'm going to start with non-invasive alternatives like medication to reduce my menstrual flow, and then ultimately find what next for me. So again, why am I oversharing? I'm oversharing because fibroid is a condition that a lot of African women go through. We don't talk about because there is this show of there is this silence. There's this, I don't know how to put it. We are very good at not sharing things, you know, because it's the way we grow up. We grow up to just suppress, and sharing is a form of weakness oftentimes. And so when you have all of these issues you're dealing with and not sharing it, you think you're showing strength, but actually not sharing is a sign of weakness and not the other way around, because we are just meant to keep our problems to ourselves. Like, it's, you know, a lot of people are going through the same thing. Why are you sharing, you know? And so the Bozoma sharing just opened up the avenue for me to reflect and consider, giving me a lot more to talk about and think about in terms of my treatment options for my growing fibroids, I would say. Now, for anyone also going through this, come on the comment section and share what you have done and what you are doing to manage the effects of your symptoms. I'm still going through it. I'm now having to be on iron supplements daily because of the massive, like I said, fatigue and exhaustion that just goes on from the blood loss. You know, I don't know what are your symptoms, and what are you doing to control or manage your situation if you have it, and what if you have had surgery, what has been the outcome for you in terms of that. I would like to know. Come on the comment section, and you can ask questions, and maybe that might form my next video. Before we get to the end of this particular episode, I think I've said a little bit more than I should. Yeah, so the girls decided they were going to take Erica out and surprise her, because remember, she did say that the ladies did not, you know, rally around her when she was going through her separation and divorce, and they ended up doing the same for Kaale. And so she felt some type of way when Sutton celebrated Kaale by having a pizza night to, should I say, cheer her on. And so they decided we're going to do that for Erica. And Sutton actually decided to do that for Erica, rather to make her feel like she was not supported, or she should not, like, felt like the girls were not rallying around her, and which was a good gesture on Sutton's part. So Sutton, Kaale, and Erica decided to, and Kaale decided to come through for Erica. They took her to Chuck E. Cheese, that's what it's called in America, and they had a good time, you know, they had a good time. But then that's not what we're here. We're here for the sit down. So they all sat down, and again, the conversation relating to the PK memes and joke came up again. This time, Kaale showed the ladies the conversation she's been having with PK, and guys, it left a lot of us gobsmacked. Like, I literally almost fell off my bed when I was watching this particular scene. You know, I mean, she came confronting, and she said something. She said one thing. However, the receipts are clearly showing us something different, meaning there's more to the conversation than Kaale is sharing. It's just not, it's beyond memes and jokes. She's talking about keeping informations to herself and not sharing it with anyone. She alludes to the fact that they've been talking about Dorit. She alludes to a lot of things, you know, and I think the one that got everyone really, really off the charts, gobsmacked, is the fact that she said, we're going to keep out, I'm there for you, I support you, when in fact you're meant to be supporting Dorit, because Dorit is your friend. Honestly, Erica, Sutton, and Garcelle were speechless. They had, I'm sure the conversation, they found a way to continue on the conversation, but in that moment, they needed a moment to actually wrap their heads around what they just uncovered. And this is going to be a topic in the next episode, because there's no way we're ending this here. Of course, Garcelle wanted Kaale to be happy, and even if she finds her happiness as a lesbian, so be it. And Garcelle is a shady mess. She will throw in the shade and she will seemingly make it like, oh, I love you. But she throws in the shade and just runs away and just lets everybody handle the firework after the mess from the shade. Anyway, Garcelle decided to pay Bozoma a visit. She's still recovering from her surgery post the fibroid procedure that she had. And it was here she also let Bozoma know that her friendship with Dorit is affecting the dynamics of the group. Bozoma was a little bit upset that she was told that. Bozoma feels I'm an adult and so I can make decisions for myself. But Bozoma, you get to find out shortly. Well, you're still new to the group, so you get to find out how this works. We'll tell you what it is, but you're going to find out for yourself how it works. Before I go any further, I just want to say that to the thousands of people who have lost their homes and those who have lost their lives in the fire that is ravaging Los Angeles, my heart goes out to you. And guys, go to the right channels and support in any way you can. Bozoma also is one of those people who lost homes, and it's memories. It's just not the physical structure. There's a lot of memories and a lot of blood and sweat that has gone through to making a name or making a survivor for yourself, and having this happen in this manner is quite devastating. And so my heart goes out to everyone who is dealing with the devastating loss following the natural disaster that's currently happening in Los Angeles, California. Palisade and a few of these cities are just, in the pictures are just apocalyptic in nature. It's so sad. I cannot wrap my head around it. Now, I think I wanted to share the text message from Kaale to Bozoma, and she did, and it was quite revealing because Bozoma was shocked, and I think Bozoma wanted Garcelle to be the one to tell Dorit. And I don't know if Garcelle is the right person to do this part of the delivery, because she is not in the best of place with Dorit. So I don't know if Garcelle wants to get in the middle of this. I think Garcelle should stay away. Maybe there will be a way where this conversation will be brought up in the group. But I think it came out because this is where it ends for us in episode 7. I said chapter 7. We're going to find out how this particular text message is relayed back to Dorit and the mayhem that will be resulting from this particular revelation. So that's it, guys. I have said so much. If you have watched this far, thank you for supporting this channel. Again, remember this, you are deserving, and I will see you on the next episode. Thank you for watching. And from my beautiful view here in the Park Fentry Gully,